Hello, everybody. This is Multiple Gaming 99. I hope you're all having a fantastic day so far. And of course, she's decided she wants in now. Hold on. But yes, I put in a bit of work off screen, and I got to the second tower, the South Dragon Horn. I'll be right back. Take care of dog. I'll be right back. I am back. I am back. I am back. I am back. Either way, let us head into... Well, let's head into and more head. Oh, are you serious? Are you serious right now? Now it's gonna pull this shenanigans. Well, it's a good thing this stream's gonna be only 2 hours. Considering I have stuff I want to be doing tomorrow. And I'm going to be busy, busy, busy. I still wonder what caused everything to collapse. Otherwise, though, let's jump across.
It would seem we can climb no higher. Then this is from whence we must needs throw ourselves to fly down to the far shore.
'Tis but the shortest of drops. Purely out of interest, what do you suppose would become of us should the windbreaker fail?
Well, if we landed in the sea, we would prove a nutritious meal for the beast below, or drown, or if we landed headlong on the rocks.
But please say no more. You've painted the picture quite well enough. Oh, what say you, cuz? Are we going to do this?
We don't have a choice in the matter. We literally have nothing else we can do.
Oh, goddess. If we are really to do this, pray give me a moment to settle my stomach.
Come, tie the windbreaker around you, cousin. We will hold onto you tightly and place our lives in your hands.
We will? But my moment... My stomach!
I fear we have scant moments to spare. Time waits for no man, and neither does the High Priest, Hargon.
Whilst I am aware of this, I fear my body is not.
Do not let go!
This is actually happening! Now I am bearing witness to my all too brief life!
Come, let us take flight. Be as the wind.
Ah! Woo! We're flying! We're actually flying!
That we are, and it is marvelous.
Yep, and we made it across to the far shore. A 10-ton toupee. Ah! Dang it. That was not good. There are, in fact, multiple ways to go. But only one correct way, I fear. So we're gonna have to go around the outside. Oh no, wait, I gotta go around the I went around the wrong way. Fudge. Fudge, 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 fudge. Some lengths of celestial skein. Ah. I tweaked my back a little bit. I remember when Holy Protection used to cost 8 MP. A black bandana, which I'm assuming is just completely better than the iron helmet. So I have another thing to sell when we get to town. Oh, speaking of setups, I managed to get enough money together to get 2 serpent swords for both dudes in this party. Well, there's a mini medal. And now I can head back downstairs. There's still a chest I need to grab yet. In this little area. And all of this stuff I believe is optional. You don't have to do any of this. So all of these things we've gotten so far are things you can miss out on, like the Robe of Serenity. And the headband. Oh, that's actually a really good scroll. It's another healing skill that's spectacular. That heals the entire party. So it's not bad. Not bad at all. Otherwise, though, we have gotten all of the loot in the tower. Let's leave. Another seed of wisdom. That's useful. Oh, there are multiple dungeon-looking areas here in this little island so far. Either way, welcome to Rippleport. So far, unless that something else is... When playing my usual greeting, alas, certain things are afoot, and forgive me if I wish I were able to say more. Beyond the sea to the east lieth the kingdom wherein a hero of legend did undertake his storied adventure. Aye, to the very realm whence hailed the hero of legend and fair Princess Quayla, or it is said. Alright, before I head into the weapons shop, I'm going to pull out all of my money from the Rainbow's End Gold Bank. Let's see what we got. Knuckle Dusters, a Rune Staff, the Iron Axe, Hermes' hat, a steel helmet, full plate, a fur vest, and a cloak of concealment. There's a lot of stuff here. Let's get the fur vest and finally get dude out of that cat suit. Otherwise, let's get you a light shield to replace that white shield, and let's get you a light shield to replace that, what is it, the shell shield? Yeah, it's the shell shield. Otherwise, I need to get you both two Hermes hats. Two Toomba tickets for that. Otherwise... And a suit of full plate for our man of the hour. And now, I have a bunch of stuff to sell. The black pajamas will be going. The white shield. The top hat. I can't sell the cat suit because it's really rare. There's only one or two of them in the entire game. can sell the shell shield. And I can sell the scholar's cap. Otherwise, there is still stuff. There are the 3 rose whips, which I can sell, which I got at the end of last stream. I can sell the additional iron helmet, the magical skirt, and I guess the fizzle retard blouse. Otherwise, I have more money now. To get a steel helmet to replace the black bandana immediately, along with a set of knuckle dusters and a rune staff. And now I can sell the rest of that guff. So I'll throw out the serpent sword and the black bandana and the hypno whip. And I'll keep the snooze stick because it could be useful. Otherwise, everybody's all kitted out, ready to go. I beg of thee, permit me to set sail. I'm a treasure hunter. I need not concern myself with such matters. How can thou sayest such things? Our companions have needed our aid. And besides, there is still treasure to be found on the land too, is there not? Did I not say I would reward thee most handsomely, if thou wouldst return our kin from the mountains to the north? Alas, I cannot. The mountains are thick with monsters, and the good sister doth unnerve me besides. Pah! So much for the adventure who did claim to have slain all the lords of the deep. Then to whom are we to return? Greetings, good townsfolk. One of the finest ships docked hereabouts? It appeared when a certain nun appeared in town and asked if she might stay a while. Aye, and being who we are, we did most welcome her. She soon began to preach to the townsfolk, drawing a larger congregation each day. Ere long, she was joined by a friend, a most suspicious fellow claiming to be a merchant, and the two did gather yet more of our friends and neighbors to their unorthodox sermons. Eventually, they did lead a good number of them off into the mountains, with promises of great riches and fulfillment of their every wish. Among their number was mine own daughter. Oh, woe is me, I can hardly sleep for fretting. you would aid of us in our time of need. Why would a woman of the cloth behave in such a manner? She was simply carrying out the wishes of another, but she did not say of whom. Paragon is a high priest. Priests do belong to religious orders. A mini medal and a knife. Not even a good knife. Well, it's going to get sold in the next batch of equipment. I go to a store anyway. Might as well head north and see what all the kerfuffle is about. You two have red eyes. Very sinister red eyes. Your intent to sin, but sin you have. To whittle away the strength which the Almighty has gifted thee. To give is to have one's purse plundered. To love thy neighbor is to love thy robber. Yet fear not, you can still be saved. All you must do is banish the wicked kindness that plagues your hearts. Give yourselves no more, or rather take back what is rightfully yours. This is the path to true strength and lasting bliss. That is all well and good, but what happened to the talk of making us rich? What you're talking, you want to start a war between the different nations. I see scant value in the happiness obtained by another's suffering. Lend not your ears to their twisted tongues. No good can come from following these teachings. Is it aiding in others that our souls become richer? Not as lost, we only gain. I agree, our town may be poor, life may be hard, but that is all the more reason we should to not inflict further poverty and hardship on our neighbors. You're here! Come then, let us prepare to ripple for it. Your friends and family are beside themselves with worry. Friends, let us return home. We will gain not through theft, but our own damnation. To love thy neighbors, to love thy robber? What nonsense. Ah, I knew she was lying from the first. I hope you'll not be prepared to pay for dispersing our disciples. Poor lost lambs, may they rejoin the flock someday. What flock? Well, if you really want to know. We serve the Almighty. It is time you learn the truth of those who do not squander their gifts. The strength of those who do not squander their gifts.
Magic barrier!
Yeah, you're not healing that big chunk from Undead Endure, buddy. But you have the chance of paralyzing when you attack. That's somewhat annoying.
Tingle!
Thankfully, Pernell comes back with Sage and Mage skills.
Be strong!
So everybody on their side can heal. How annoying. But Undead Undoer is really just chunking him. That's 120 damage done.
Never fear!
Be strong!
Really wish Alan was faster than he is. He unfortunately is very, very slow.
Never fear!
Goodbye, annoyance number 1. On to the rest of you, creeps. Might as well... Really wish I had demon demeanor, but I'm gonna start hammering away at the gremlins next.
Be strong! Ah!
Especially considering I don't have lightning slash. So might as well have...
Oh!
focus on taking out the gremlins first. And then we can focus the mage. There goes both gremlins now. That just leaves this thing.
Be strong!
Really wish I had demon demeanor. That would have made this fight a lot easier. Either way, we're taking them apart.
Thank you!
$1,000 XP and some gold. Our faith proves the stronger, though they did put on a good show. Indeed, I never knew that monsters could change their forms in such a manner. We must keep our wits about us. Before we leave, though, there is a barrel down here that you should grab if you're playing along. And now we can return to Rippleport. $66? That's a real jump up from 30. That's a real jump up from, well, truly thinking about it, it is less than, rather than then, considering the Oasis was 90 a pop. Otherwise, that boss is done. Behold, the brave heroes return. We did see our kinsfolk safely home, just as they had promised. My precious daughter restored unto my bosom at last. I know not how to thank you. Our lives are not easy. Here are not easy, and thus we are tempted by the lies of a less marred by heart. It is not difficult to see how the good sister did convince so many to follow her to the so-called Promised Land. Were it not for your timely intervention, we had never seen the subject for what it was. We were only glad to be of service. Thou didst speak of wishing to avail thyself of a ship, didst thou not? Indeed, for we must set sail for the farthest flung corners of this world. Hast thou perchance a vessel which you might make use? I do not. I have one that thou might take for thy very own. He would make a gift of it. Please understand, good lady, we do not demand such a price for our aid. Fear not. I do not mean to suggest that you did. But to say that we are feared for our loved ones might never return to us might be to understate the case most mightily, and our gratitude as a consequence is great indeed. Please, 'tis the least we can do. Thank you. The cause the name in which we travel is one of very import. Your gift will further it most mightily, I assure you. But please, a single boat is not so great a sacrifice as all that. We only ask that you raise a mighty cheer, a hearty cheer as you weigh anchor and set sail for adventure, as is the custom of the sailors of this town. And we shall do so with pleasure. But the vessel must be rigged and provisioned first. Pray, light thy wary heads at the inn while the work is done. Ignore my carrion, please. He of course say, well, accept whatever the innkeeper says sees to put forth. Yep. To continue the story, we need to go back to the inn. I'm so glad that we got some other things done yet. Because there is a section of this little land that we haven't explored yet. About which I am very curious. And since the next day at the inn is free, I have no reason to worry about burning through my money. Also, I'm pretty sure Sizz would have done more damage than Crackle there, buddy, but you do you. Sizz or Sizzle would have done more damage, but if you want to use Crackle, by all means. That's a scary one. Another shell shield and another steel broadsword, which I will sell. A group of ram raiders. The shrine north of Rippleport. Oh ho ho! You seek a key by which all means all doors might be opened? Then you only need wait. When such an item is required, the heavens shall provide. Well, we now have another zoom spot on our map. Which will be useful for later. But now, we can officially continue our journey. And finally explore the old country.
Greetings all. Fear not, I've heard all that you did for us. Your chambers await.
Hear me, sons of Earth. Hear me, scions of Erdrick. The wheels of fate have been set in motion. And so, you must spread your wings and journey across the sea. Great dangers await, but you must face them, for there are those who need your help.
I too heard the voice.
And I. So, it was no mere dream.
No, indeed. And it bade us go to the aid of those in need, did it not?
It did. Hargon's foulness spreads yet further afield, it seems. Let us set sail just as soon as the ship is ours.
Aye, but first the ship. I can still hardly believe it is to be ours. Come, to the port.
Understandable reactions are understandable. But before that, let's head to the church. Considering we have a new zoom point saved. But let us head to the sea.
And there you are at last. Your ship awaits, young heroes.
Hurrah! You must accept our deepest thanks.
No, it is you who must accept ours. Return to us here whenever you so wish. And may fortune follow you o'er the waves.
Very well. The world is now ours to explore, it seems. Let us go to the aid of those in need.
With all haste, and let us hope that in so doing, we might learn more of Fal Hargon's schemes.
Aye. And there is one more thing we must do besides. We must warn those we meet of the darkness that threatens our world, that they might make ready to meet it. None must suffer the fate that befell Moonbrook. I do not wish to sow discord and fear by so doing. I wish only to give the gift of vigilance, the lack of which I fear played its part in the downfall of my homeland.
Indeed. Had your people been forewarned, perhaps they might have been better prepared when the moment came.
Come then, let us away. But I must warn you all, this will be my first time at sea. Forgive me if I do not prove the sturdiest of shipmates.
I, too, have never been to sea. All will be well, I am sure. And even if it is not, we can at least console one another.
Meanwhile, the only kingdom that was close to the coast is Binhall.
Truly, though, I am beyond excited. A maiden voyage aboard our very own ship. A moment, if you would. I do not wish to suggest that all is fun and games. The world is in peril, this I know full well, and you have lost much, dear cousin. It cannot be easy. Forgive me. I suppose it is not becoming of the scions of the great hero to take pleasure in the execution of their duties. And yet, I cannot help but feel my heart skip a beat in anticipation of the adventure to come. Am I a heartless rogue? An uncaring monster?
Would you say the same of me if I told you that I enjoy our time together? That I smile yet more with each and every passing day? True, I have but recently lost my father, and my people both. But does a moment of levity in spite of that make me a monster?
Of course not. We laugh when we are happy and cry when we are sad. We cannot control such things. Nor would I wish us to.
Then you have your answer, and I thank you for it. The stakes of our journey could not be higher. The fate of the world rests upon our shoulders. But this should not, cannot mean that we spend every waking moment weighed down by the impossible seriousness of it all. If we wish to face the journey ahead with hope in our hearts, are we wrong for doing so? No. We are merely human.
Forgive me. I simply feared that my careless merriment might seem unfeeling to one who has suffered so much.
Quite the opposite. Your careless merriment is the very thing that gives me strength. So laugh, smile, and do not think twice before doing so. Very well. Let us swear to be true to our feelings, come what may. What say you? Good. Now come. Hargon awaits.
Aye, let us stride forward to meet him, laughing and crying all the while.
we officially have a ship. But before we set off completely, there are multiple things we should grab. Like the stuff in this pot, the stuff in those barrels over here. Along with checking the interior of this area in general for other goodies. And secrets that might be available forthwith, like the information that, like that crackle scroll, and the fact that there is an ultimate chest here. Which we won't be able to do anything with until we get the ultimate key. Otherwise, though, we've got much more to do. So onward to the great unknown. There are multiple places we can go now. We can go to Tantagel. And multiple different kingdoms to explore yet. Because there's Tantagel. There's another kingdom far to the south. There's two kingdoms and villages far to the south, and there is an island far to the south. But like I said in the stream title, let's head to the old country first. There's much to do here. The land that Erdrick and the dear Princess Waylon called home, and was home to many adventures besides. And nobody used AoEs, despite the fact these guys are all in a massive group. And they never rebuilt Damdara. That or it got sacked again. But it looks like it never got rebuilt. That's just for the mage key, for a mage key. But yeah, no, it very much looks like Damdara never got rebuilt after it got sacked last time. Judging by the damage, all the damage I'm taking, I shouldn't be here yet.
Mid-heal!
Storms! Rage!
Yeah, I don't think I should be here yet, considering I'm just taking tons and tons and tons of damage.
Have at you!
So Damdara never got rebuilt. After everything was said and done. And there's an ultimate chest there. Yeah, it very much looks like Damdara was never rebuilt after everything that occurred here. Which honestly makes sense. It honestly makes sense that it was never rebuilt. After everything was said and done. And then there's this. While you're out and about, on the sea, you'll have to worry about various enemies that called the sea home.
You're open!
But still, the fact that Damdara still remained completely sacked is
Now I'm
sad.
angry!
And it never got rebuilt. I doubt it's the only old kingdom. The only kingdom that also remained in ruins from all those years ago. Then there's Gallenholm. Oh, that's really good. And we're shipwrecked nonetheless. That's a mage key. Required door again. It's really a shame, although yeah, well, we have that ship now. Weird Gallon, Bard of Legend, he of the Golden Voice, which was a skill I doubt it shall ever be surpassed. Nor could he render the glory and the tragedy of the tale of the mighty Erdrick in his songs, nor did he. So Zaylen was eternally and I need ultimate keys to get through all of this. Or mage keys. To explore that dungeon again. Ah, 'tis a crying shame. Not him. So Zaylen never surpassed his ancestor, despite him writing a fantastic song about Erdrick. And that's another mage chest. Oh, there's going to be a lot of backtracking. Roundhouse, taking out all the drackies. Martial thrust.
I shall sweep you aside!
Cantagel, home to one half of our forebears. There is nothing really here worth purchasing. Save for the Iron Mask. Otherwise, welcome to Tantagel. Durkandor did send me here to Tantagel to be tasked with bringing me back whatever I could learn in the town. He had the previous week. So too, some and served in such enormous help where I look beyond its walls. Former hero, former home of Erdrick, hero of legend. To think the hero himself tread these very cobs, what fine thoughts indeed. And you have nothing worth purchasing. Might as well go to the church. There, the way of the town is just long as history exists. Magnificent churches. Also, is it not? He's looking for where Robin Hood ended up. Cursed priest from my position, curse this minute. I know young upstart will steal the crown from me. Though I am of a line that make its name in the removing of curses, I should find myself in a different profession entirely, that of the merchant. For as my firm belief that one cannot follow slavishly in the footsteps of one's bearers, happiness lieth in finding one's own path. How seasons were to on them. They are the gifts of the hero himself. Wherein dwell mighty Erdrick's greatest foe. Don't think to visit it yourself for petty amusement. None may enter without the rainbow drop, which even Erdrick himself struggled to get his hands upon. A buckler once used by the very hero of legend himself. But then, that makes this nothing special among the citizens of Tangel. There is not a house in the city that doth not possess some memento or some other of mighty Erdrick. He probably lived here for a short bit before his wanderings took him away. That's Erdrick II, mind you. Fair Tantagel, where the mantle of Erdrick was bestowed upon to the great hero for his unstinting efforts to save the realm. With the quest complete, he took Tantagel's princess for his bride, and together they built a new home. Your home, Midden Hall. The scions of Midden Hall founded Cannock, then Moonbrook. Thus came there to be 3 kingdoms that trace their lineage back to mighty Erdrick. You were proud to wax lyric so. You've doubtless heard the story 1,000 times. 'Tis a force of habit, I am afraid. I would often regale my father, which I had learned in my lessons, and he would add to my knowledge or correct me on my miscomprehensions. I can only apologize after his my learning over you. I thought nothing that you could have such high-flown conversations with your father. The instructions I received from my own father were somewhat less edifying. Tidy thy room, take thine elbows off the table. Wilt thou please cease bickering with thy sister? Not really. As heirs to our crowns, it behooves us to learn all that we can that our reigns might be enlightened ones. Excellent. Though forgive us if we laggards cannot add to your knowledge the way our father did. The way your father did. What better place to begin than here in Tantagel, the land of legend? For the time being, let us seek an audience with the king. We must told one of the tragedy befell my kingdom that he might avoid the same fate befalling his. And he should know aught we do not know of Argon, and still she could enlighten us on that front too. Ultimate key door, with mage key chests and ultimate key chests. some strong medicine. Seed of wisdom. Money. The accoutrements of his legendary feat did not. I am assuming I will need... Nope, those are red doors. I can get back there. Blue door, blue door. There is nothing in this room. I shall return with pride, having been to the same location where the hero began his quest many years ago. He's often absent from the castle, 'tis true, but I expect that he ventured abroad in order to excuse relative duties, not to shirk them. Set of noble garb. And some stuff in the barrels. So it sounds like the king is a bit of a miscreant. Who does nothing but roam his land seeking entertainment. It makes me wonder if he's a young king who was forced to take the throne way too early. I could see that being the case. Ultimate key door. Just wanted to check. Might as well go meet with the king if he's not here, which he might not be. Considering what we've heard tell so far. Yeah, he's gone.
This is the throne room, but where is the king?
Pray pardon the sudden intrusion. I am the Princess of Moonbrook, and these are my cousins of Middenhall and Cannock. We seek an audience with His Majesty.
Your Highness, didst thou think I would forget thee so soon? But wherefore didst thou bring thy companions today? Ah, but of course, thou hast invited the kingdoms of thy kin to join our little tourney.
My My apologies, but what is this tourney of which thou speakst? We come here today to inform you of the massacre of Moonbrook.
Massacre? But Highness, surely thou jestest. Thou didst visit us but a day hence, and proposed that our armies partake in drills together.
I did?
Why, yes. Thou wert of the opinion that such a tourney would help ensure our knights were in prime condition. Preparations are already underway.
But how can this be? I have never before set foot in Tantagel till this very day.
Come, Princess, cease this game. Thou knowest full well thou wert here. Thou didst show to me the mark of Moonbrook.
I bore the mark.
But the Mark of Moonbrook was stolen by the monsters, was it not? When they sacked the castle.
By the goddess, if this is true, then who did I meet? What is happening?
I am afraid, dear Chancellor, that thou hast been hoodwinked by a thieving fiend in a pretty dress.
Oh God, the king's a drunken mess.
Ah, pretend you didn't see that.
Majesty, I thought thou wert abed. Instead, I see thou hast been tending to thy duties most thoroughly.
Yes, yes, though it would seem not nearly thoroughly enough. Tell me, did this imposter princess happen to share aught else of note?
Well, She did inquire as to how one might reach the Dragon Lord's castle from here. I endeavored to dissuade her from making such a dangerous journey, but she did not appear overly concerned by my warnings.
The site where Erdrick bested the Dragon Lord? What in blazes would the monsters be seeking there?
It would behoove us to find out. Speaking of which, what bringeth you three to Tantagel? Is it truly as the princess saith? Hath Moonbrook fallen? Is that so? You young scions of Erdrick quest to slay the wicked Hargon. A perilous duty indeed.
We are well aware. And should there be any doubt in your mind as to our identities, we come bearing the marks of Cannock and Middenhall.
Most convincing. Yet, could one not conceive that the princess we received was the true royal, and you are the imposterous thieves?
What? No, our fathers bestowed the marks onto us, I swear. Look into my eyes and you will know that what I say is true. This is the steely gaze of a prince, not the shifty ogle of a base beast.
Yes, yes, most convincing, I'm sure. But so was the princess who visited us but a day since. Lo! How my blood boileth to know that beasts masquerade as scions of Erdrick. As the ruler of the kingdom which gave the hero his title and birthed his bride, I will not stand for it.
Your Majesty, I neglected to tell you we have another artifact in our possession. One that proves our lineage beyond doubt. Show him.
My, the necklace gifted to the hero by his maiden, our fair Princess Gwaelin. That it should shine so brightly in your presence is proof enough that the hero's blood runneth in your veins. Pray accept my unreserved apologies, Highnesses. And, Princess, allow me to express my heartfelt condolences for thy kingdom's plight.
Thank you, Majesty.
How to proceed? If the High Priest Hargon is at large once more, we must exercise the utmost caution. Chancellor? Tell the knight captains to stay their wooden swords. Instead, we must steel this city against invasion. Doubtless, the monsters schemed to lure our knights out in lighter armor. They would have been lambs to the slaughter, if not for our visitors.
Verily, our nation oweth them a great debt.
Forgive me, young heroes, but the Chancellor and I have much to discuss. Wait for me atop the battlements, and I will join you anon.
Yeah, them impersonating her makes a lot of sense. Do you suppose the voice we heard in Rippleport knew of the monster's plot here? Might this be one of the great dangers it spoke of? For at the very least, it shows we have one more ally out there who shares our goal. We had just finished speaking of your quest to vanquish Hargon. How you learned aught of the fiend's whereabouts? Alas, not yet. One purpose for which we traveled the realms discovered that exactly. Then it is I had soon. I myself have not heard his name since the fall of Renderak. Though, I know of someone who may know more, and the means by which you may visit him here. I'm not sure I follow. That is the Rainbow Drop, a treasure of old that alloweth one to conjure a bridge to the island of the Dragon Lord. Thou wouldst have us make for the Dragon Lord's castle. Precisely. I would have you speak with its sole occupant. Though I have never had the chance to make his acquaintance, it said that naught occurreth in this world that escapeth his watchful eye. If any knoweth of Hargon's whereabouts, it is he. I think it best you confirm that with your own eyes. As I said, I've never met the man and do not wish to give credence to mere hearsay. Though, be warned, the impostor princess may, too, be making for the castle. May the goddess watch over you all. So there's a lot to do. And there's still many locations yet I'd like to visit before we do anything else. are more than likely just going to explore the starting continent from the previous adventures. The starting continent from the previous adventure. And retreading all of the old dungeons that we have access to. Because there's bound to be things here that'll be worth grabbing. But like I said earlier in the stream, this is going to be a short one, considering I'm going to be incredibly busy tomorrow. It's more likely going to be a stream of maybe
I shall sweep you aside!
Welcome to the stream, by the way, you who just joined us. These old world dungeons from the old game mostly uplooted. That if the loot from those games will carry over to this one. Food for thought. A buff scroll and A Kaklang scroll. Yeah, and the gravestones, and all the information from the gravestone is faded. But this was the gravestone for the previous Erdrick. Or more specifically, the first Erdrick. And this is the stat. Ah. Hargon really didn't like the fairies being able to interfere with him anymore. Or Rubus. If the Shrine of Rain has been left in that condition. Has been sealed with darkness. The village of Cole seems to have gotten smaller. Or bigger. This place was once a well-appointed smithy arranged over 2 floors. In this room did the customers once wait for completion of their commissions. Now, however, it is but a lounging place for bathers. So the blacksmith still exists and is still around. And broken mates, but broken hearts also. At least I hope this was filmed primarily, but I don't think my son grounded. Why my great-grandfather's great-great-great-great, truth be told, I don't know how much my ancestors, what it was, but I am descended from the one who forged Erdrick's far-fabled blade. That is true. Their line does come from That which forged Erdrick's sword, the Blade of Kings. Or is it the King of Blades? Either way, they forged. Their ancestor was the one who forged it. So Cole became kind of a tourist trap town. It makes sense. It's sad, sort of, but it makes sense. Because of how many generations it's been, nobody's really sure what's truth and what's fantasy anymore. Due to the many generations it's been since the first Erdrick and the second Erdrick. And that's another ultimate key chest. You sell nothing worth getting. But Cole has very much become kind of a tourist trap. Beast Bopper, Double Dragon Slash, Curling Gates, Quadralash, Lightning Thrust, Air Slash, and the list goes on. Yet, what the words mean I know not, perhaps that only the hero's line can make sense of their ancient expressions. Those were all techniques that were only usable when one had the soul sigil active. Why would that be a scroll? Why, game? Why? So some of the hero's companions are still alive somewhere. That's a little interesting thought. There used to be a bridge there, I'm assuming. I could sail around this entire small continent.
Now I'm angry!
Small series of continents, rather. But I'd rather retread the hero's steps and see what if anything, still remains of them. What occurred? From what's occurred then to what's occurred now. Apologies for being curious. What else? What all has occurred between the previous game? This world's history that's occurred in this world's history since Horus's time of the previous playthrough and this one. Mountains have risen, mountains have shifted and fallen. I am just curious what all has occurred since now and then. Since then and now. That's the proper terminology, I suppose. I can't wait till we get boulder toss. Really fun and amazing to have that technique. Not much the heel slime, not the shell slime. Well, what's done is done. A dub is a dub is a dub is a dub. And here is Quagmire Cave, where Erdrick traveled through. Where the second Erdrick traveled through many years ago now. a stick, which I'll be able to sell later. Ah, these guys. Is Alan faster than the... No, he's not faster than a walking mushroom. Apologies, the lack of speed is starting... The lack of our party leader's lack of speed is starting to get to me a little bit. And I need a mage key to get in there, like I did last, like Erdith the Second did many years ago. Now. Why did you not hit the mages? I'm pretty sure my stone throw would have taken them out. Instead, all these guys get a turn.
Thank you! Now I'm angry!
And then there was one. And then there was none. That is not Robin Hood, but merely someone who's trying to follow in his footsteps.
Perish!
Like a groupie. You don't have an MP to do that one.
Crash!
Perhaps these monsters have followed in the legend of Robin Hood. Either way. Here's Rimildar. A town proud of its long-standing connection with the hero of legend. $60 gold! Isn't as bad as it was in the Oasis, considering it was 90 a night. Yeah, need to get the mage key. But it looks like Rimildar has expanded a little bit since the times of Erdrick II. Victory and defeat, meanings and partings, these shall be your substance on the road. You open the door of truth that awaited at its end, thou must seek out ancient memories. Let's see, we've been to that place. We've been to Gallenholm, we've been to Damdara, and all the villages that were once between the two have gone. If he had gone to Moonbrook like he planned, he would have been dead. That could have ended very badly for him. The Moonbrook was beautiful. Was being the key word there. A sledge. Otherwise, there is nothing here besides that sledge worth grabbing. What are you offering today, friend? 2 tomblet. gold bracer, the suit, the gust. Yeah, there's nothing really here save maybe the diamonds, and even they don't work most of the time. They work if you're fighting random randos on the map. If you fight an actual dude, an actual boss, they don't work. As I found out when I tried to throw hands with the boss in the last game. Find the mage key, wherever that may be. But yeah, no, Rimildar definitely has gotten bigger since the last time. We've been here many generations ago now, since Dragon Quest 1. But now that I think about it, this town has more than one corner. So I'm not going to be able to get the magic key until I find a way to go to seek the ocean depths. Great. Makes sense. Is unfortunate, but makes sense. Otherwise, outside of Rimuldar, there's still an area to the south that I'd like to explore, but it looks like the dwarves have moved their village. And the dwarves have moved their village. Their villages since Street DQ1. Between DQ1 and DQ2, they've moved their villages somewhere else in the world. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to go back to Damdar until I get the ultimate. There's lots of places I'm not going to be able to go back to until I get the mage and the ultimate, both of which are somewhere in the world. And that is done. I think we fuddled doesn't work the way. Oh yeah, no, it's tough fuddle that I'm thinking of.
Storms! Rage!
Please go for the roundhouse. Please go for the roundhouse. Why is it? Why is it whenever I don't want you to go first, you go first, and whenever you do go first, you murder your teammate? Ah, so the Erdrick's helmet is here. Ah, there's still a town over to our east. There's still a few other areas that I want to check out, so I'll warp here to the Sanctum. But I now know where I'm going to be able to get Erdrick's helmet once I get the Mark of Erdrick. And because I zoomed here, the ship should be here too. Why did you park it there? Why would you park it on the other side of the poison swamp game? Why? Goodbye, Knight Errant. take out Bandit Boy, and then that just leaves the two Skellies. We got roundhoused. Yeah. Ah. Where will the ship land is my question. Well, we've been to the Shrine of Spirit now. We've been to pretty much everywhere that remains. Of the continent of Alfgard, save for the Dragon Lord's castle, and one town. Welcome to Cantlin. Let me guess. Mage key? Mage key. So because they couldn't make any more golems, there have just been two protectors. There have just been protectors of Cantlin rather than golem protectors of Cantlin. We are the protectors of Cantlin, guardians of Cantlin, and must train every day that we might carry out our duty to the people. Oh. Ultimate key. So many cool things that I could get if I had that thing. Unfortunately, it's been lost to the sands of time. For now. Cautery sword? They're still remembering that priest who gave everything for Cantlin. fire blade. That's a lot of. Well, I know where I'm coming back eventually. Before I get the hero's sword. And he's just letting you the names of good techniques. So I don't know now know where the fire blades are gonna be. Otherwise, this guy's got nothing to sell other than the ruby wristband. And that's another mage key door. Great. So... we well and truly don't have much left here to see. And Talon is still a forgotten part of the history books. His ancestor did outlast him in name and in duty. Yeah, getting the mage key is going to be a pain. Oh well. Is there nothing here? It looks like there's nothing here. How disappointing.
Now I'm angry!
Perish!
This is a dungeon. Let's see. Where is it on the list of... Whew! Boy. Well, we've been... That's now on the Zoom list, so I assume we're going to be able to get back here eventually. But right now, there are a few other stops I'd like to make before I end the stream. Oh, I'm literally going to have to go around the entire map to get to that. Yeah. But right now, I'm just going to go where we can go, and next time we'll be headed into the Dragon Fortress. The Dragon Lord's Fortress. That's fighting all these guys is good for the XP. Double-edged slash is really good. At the same time, however, it feels like it cause me no end of grief.
Now I'm angry!
If I'm not careful. And no new skills. And there's nothing here. No chests, no nothing. This was another worry I had. I will admit. That we'd run into ridiculously strong enemies the further we got from the starting location of the boat. Well, Flying Needles still do some damage. Even just crossing the sea, there's a lot to do. There's a lot of different things.
Do not fret.
To fight against that are a lot better than the enemies on land. Well, they give a lot more XP than the enemies on land do anyway. That's a waste of it. Hey. Oh well. A dub is a dub is a dub is a dub. We take those. Oh, that is a kraken. Not a kraken, a king squid. But I'm probably going to get to the area that I want to get to, and then I'll open up way to... the Dragon Lord's Castle, get to it, and then I'll stream. Martial Hammer. I am mildly curious what would occur if I zoomed to Middenhall right now. Middenhall, excuse me. Also, I'll fight all of these guys on my own time. We have things to go do. Ah, it doesn't matter because they are at my level. They are not weaker than me. They are in fact on my level, so holy water will not work. Pretty sure smooth would have been better there, but you do you. I should have gone for Stone's Throw. I should have gone for something big and damaging. Meteor Hammer. Oh my. That's a lot of dudes. That's a lot of strong dudes. But you guys are not beasts. You are demons here. Apparently. Yeah, not in the mood to deal with you little fellas. The Shrine of Revelations. Let me teach thee something in return for thy uns. 'Tis a tale left behind by a certain hero long, long ago. When that hero did face the fathomless darkness, a white-winged wonder did arise, granting guidance and protection. we can now... Can we warp here at Spirit Shrine of Relations? Yeah, we can warp back here. So I'm gonna go ahead to Middenhall real quick to heal up. Then I will continue my destination, my journey. Oh, I am dumb. The ship is literally right there. Oh, yeah. Why? Why? So, yeah, no. Ah, death magic.
It's getting rather chilly.
Frickin' death magic. Why? Boat 4. And a mermaid. Ah! No! This is... Yeah. No. This is death. This is just death, straight up. Yeah. No, we're not ready. We're not ready to head out to the Great Sea yet. We are very much not ready to head out onto the Great Sea yet. And resurrection is an unfortunate necessity. Again. Either way, I want to go to... But yeah, no, we are not ready to head out to the Great Sea just yet.
May your blood run cold!
Now I'm angry!
This is weird. This is a weird feeling, being here, and it's not even, we're not even at the halfway point of the game yet. Otherwise, though, I think we're gonna call it here. Next time, we're going to head in to the Dragon Lord's castle and meet its sole occupant these days. Until then, this is Wild Wolf Game 99. I will see you all next time. Peace.